Hello and welcome to my League 2 Game Week 35 predictions. Last weekend in February, last game week in February, as we turn into March and towards the run-in for the final the final 10 games of the League 2 season. So let's just dive straight into my Game Week 35 League 2 predictions. Harrogate versus Cheltenham is up first then on Friday night. Harrogate, unbeaten in their last 4 matches, started to pick up a bit of form, maybe trying to, they're fighting for their lives down at the bottom of League 2 at the moment, aren't they? Cheltenham did beat Salford City by 3-2 in their last match, 19th versus 23rd in the table. Harrogate scored 4 in their last 5. Cheltenham have scored 7 in their last 5. Will be interesting to call this one. 1-1 draw between the sides early in the season on the 13th of December. 1 win for Harrogate, 1 draw, and 3 wins for Cheltenham. I think Harrogate started to turn a bit of a corner. Steve Cottrell's side, their last win did come against Salford City. They were on a bit of a poor run before that. I'm going to back a draw in this one. I'm going to go for the same result as it was in December. I'm going to go back a 1-1 draw between these two sides. And don't think there'll be a lot to separate these two. So back at a 1-1 draw between Harrogate and Cheltenham. Cambridge versus MK Dons is the first of 3 12:30 kickoffs here. This one takes place at the Abbey. Both sides really gunning for promotion this season. It's second versus third in the table. A big game. Towards the top of League 2, Cambridge been on a brilliant run lately. Put some really good results together and have climbed their way up into the top 3 of the table now. 1-1 draw early in the season between these two sides. Last time to play at Cambridge as we want 1-0 home win for them. Cambridge unbeaten in their last 4 games. Their only loss really coming away at Harrogate since Christmas pretty much, and they did lose to Birmingham in the FA Cup as well, but who cares about that one. Scored 10 goals in their last 5 for Cambridge United at the moment. MK have scored 8 in their last 5. They're also ranked second away from home in the season. They haven't lost in 8 either. Second versus third, as I said, will be interesting. I think whoever wins this will probably get top 3 come the end of the season, but still a very long way to go with 10 games plus this match day involved as well. So I'm going to back a Cambridge home win here. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Cambridge United home win over MK Dons. I think Cambridge have been looking really good since the festive period, and they're just going to continue that here in my eyes. I think they're going to win this by 2-1 over MK Dons. Shrewsbury versus Walsall at the Crowd Meadow is next. A little bit of a local game, local derby this one. Shrewsbury 5 wins on the trot for them. Doing very well. I know if I back them, then they'll probably lose. But Walsall on horrid form, so it would be just League 2 for Walsall to go and win this. Earlier in the season was a 1-1 draw between the two sides at Walsall. 5 wins for Shrewsbury, 6 draws, 11 wins for Walsall. Walsall did lose at MK Dons Monday night, but not particularly great result for them. Shrewsbury have scored 10 in their last 5, haven't lost in 5 matches as well. Walsall have scored 5 in their last 5 too. They also haven't won a game in 7 attempts, which is a big problem. They also haven't got a clean sheet in 5. Either have Walsall in this one. Difficult one to call. Going to sit on the fence again. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw in this one between these two sides. Walsall not on great form. Shrewsbury on flying form, but I think that might come to a bit of an end here. But don't be surprised if Shrewsbury keep on winning this one. But as I've predicted them to lose pretty much every game they've won so far this season. So 1-1 here. Swindon versus Bristol Rovers is the final 12:30 kickoff at the County Ground. Of course, Swindon losing at home to Crewe, bit of a disappointing defeat. That one, they've dropped down to 5th in the table. Still very much in those playoff places. There's a massive gap opening up of around 8 points to Crewe and Chesterfield. So they're well in the playoffs, are Swindon. They're just not really doing enough at the moment to get in the automatic spots, but they are 11 on points with MK Dons and Notts County. Bristol Rovers picking up a big win over Grimsby. Steve Evans maybe started to finally click. I know they've had a couple of poor results before that at Oldham and Cambridge respectively, but they have started to pick up nonetheless under Steve Evans. It couldn't have got much worse under Darryl Clark, could it? Swindon, 9 goals in the last 5. They've won the 2 previous games against Bristol Rovers. Aaron Trinnett is the competition's top scorer with 18 goals. Bristol Rovers scored 8 in their last 5. Jack Sparks has created the most big chances for Rovers. Bristol Rovers with 9. Head-to-head 3-0 win for Swindon. Earlier in the season, last time to play at Swindon, it was in 2022, was a 1-1 draw. Swindon get back to winning ways here. I'm going to go for a 2-1. I know that may sound a bit boring. Trust me, the bonkers scorelines are coming. 2-1 to Swindon in this one for the 12:30 kickoff. So Swindon to beat Bristol Rovers by 2 goals to 1. Into the 3 o'clockers and jumping straight in the deep end, and it's Barnet taking on Chesterfield at the Hive. Barnet will be looking to win this very, very good away win at Accrington last time out, of course, in the week on Tuesday, or last night, I should say. Crawley. Chesterfield did pick up a 1-1 draw against Crawley. 1-0 home win for them before that against Gillingham. Earlier into the season, Chesterfield won this by 3 goals to 1. The last time to play at Barnet was in the National League season before last, and Chesterfield won that by 2 goals to 0. 4 wins for Barnet, 2 draws, 12 wins for Chesterfield. I'm fancying a Chesterfield win in this one. Yeah, I'm going to back Chesterfield to win this. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Chesterfield away win. I think there could be a few goals in this one, as it's a bit of a playoff crunch clash at the moment. I'm sure the Hive will be up for this one, but their home form hasn't been particularly great this season. That's why I'm backing Chesterfield to win this by 3 goals to 2. Barrow versus Gillingham then at the SO Legal Stadium. Barrow only 1 win in their last 5. Same for Gillingham. That Barrow win came against Colchester. Gillingham's win only came against Tranmere. Gillingham sits 16th after sitting in the playoff places early in the season. 22nd sit Barrow at the moment, which is a bit of a problem for them. They've scored 5 in their last 5. Barcusens create the most big chances for Barrow. Gillingham have scored 2 goals in their last 5 matches. They've been awarded the most penalties this season, also haven't scored in their last 3 matches. Have Gillingham 16th versus 22nd at the moment. 2-2 draw between Gillingham and Barrow early in the season. Barrow did beat Gillingham by 3 goals to 0 previously. In that, 3 wins for Barrow, 2 draws, 2 wins for Gillingham. Difficult to call. It's going to be a tight game, I tell you that much. I'm actually going to back a 0-0 draw. I just think this is going to be a bit of a dull affair. I don't think there's going to be many goals in this one to separate the two sides. So, yeah, back in a 0-0 draw between Barrow and Gillingham here. Bromley versus Accrington is up next at the Copperjacks. Then Bromley 3 draws on the trot for them. Are they starting to bottle the league? We'll have to wait and see. That gap is close to 2 points with Cambridge now. Accrington back-to-back losses for them at home to Shrewsbury and Barnet. 2 disappointing defeats for them after they defeat Tranmere and Salford before that. Yeah, earlier in the season was a 1-0 away win for Bromley. Bromley did beat Accrington by 4 goals to 0 on the 5th of April 2025. Bromley also did beat Accrington by 2 goals to 1 on the 7th of December as well. 3 wins for Bromley in all competitions, or so far, I should say, so far this season. Bromley will get back to winning ways in this one. I'm going to back a 2-0 home win for Andy Woodman's men, I think, or, well, could they, if they end up losing this, I could see them bottling the league and maybe even finishing inside the playoffs come the end of the season, which would be a massive bottle job from them after how far clear they were a few games ago. But yeah, back of them to get back to winning ways in this one by 2 goals to 0 for the home side. Colchester versus Salford City is up next. Salford been on a horrible losing run, has to be said, under Carl Robinson so far. Colchester did beat Barnet by 4 goals to 1. They will take that, which after they've kind of mid to poor form recently. They did draw away at Cambridge, lost away at Barrow, and yeah, it's all disintegrated. Before that as well, they were on a poor run. Salford did beat Colchester in this fixture earlier in the season, 4 goals to 3, 7-goal thriller. In that one, last time to play at Colchester was a 2-1 away win for Salford back on the 26th of October 2024. 6 wins for Colchester, 3 draws, 4 wins for Salford. On this one, this one takes place at the Jobserve Community Stadium. I am going to back a... I'm not sure what I'm going to back. Colchester scored 7 in their last 5. Salford scored 4 in their last 5. Having got a clean sheet in 5 either. I'm going to sit on the fence. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw between these two sides. I don't think both sides are exactly clicking, despite Colchester winning their most recent game by 4 goals to 1. So, yeah, I'm going to back a 1-1 draw between Colchester and Salford, despite Salford's really poor form at the moment. Crew take on Tranmere at the Mournflake. Crew won 3 out of their last 4 fixtures. They did lose at home to Fleetwood before that, but in the middle of that, but that won't matter for Crew. 2-1-0 wins over Crawley and Gillingham respectively, and then beating Swindon, which was a big away win for them at the weekend, Notts County beat Tranmere by 5 goals to 0 at the weekend. That will have knocked the confidence out of Tranmere. Tranmere did beat Crawley most recently as well. They beat them by 2 goals to 0. Earlier in the season, 4-1 win away for Crewe. Leicester did play at Crewe, was a 3-1 home win for Crewe on that one in 2024. 7 wins for Crewe, 2 draws, 6 wins for Tranmere. I'm going to back the home side in this one to get the line. I think it's quite a comfortable win for Crewe Alexandra, but going to back them to win this by 3 goals to 1 at home to Tranmere here. Fleetwood versus Newport is next, and Fleetwood back-to-back wins over Crewe and Barrow recently, which was pretty good for them. Newport did lose at home to Cambridge, not particularly great from them. Newport, they also did beat Salford, which was a very, very good away victory for them in that one. Fleetwood did win this fixture earlier in the season by 2 goals to 0 on the 13th of December. Then last time they played in League 2 on the 26th of April 2025 was 2-0 home win for Fleetwood. 5 wins for Fleetwood, 3 draws, 1 win for Newport. Yeah, difficult one to call this one because, well, is it though? Because Fleetwood are at home and they should really get the line. They've scored 7 in the last 5. They haven't lost to Newport in last 6 meetings, winning 4, drawing 2. They've also scored, Newport have only scored 3 in their last 5. I'm going to go for a comfortable 2-0 Fleetwood win in this one and continue that winning run to 3 matches. So, yeah, 3 wins on the bounce for Fleetwood against Newport here. Notts County versus Grimsby then at Meadow Lane. Notts County with a big 5-0 win over Tranmere last time out. Grimsby, since that Wolves result, haven't won. They haven't won in their last 2 games. They did draw at home to Walsall, 10-man Walsall as well, and then they lost away at Bristol Rovers. Hasn't been great for David Artell's side in the last couple of games. Notts County did hit 5 against Tranmere, as we've just said. They sit 4th in the table. They currently sit 12 points clear of their opposition in Grimsby, who sit 12th. 9 goals in the last 5 for Notts County. Haven't lost to Grimsby in the last 5 games, winning 4, drawing 1. Second at home for this season for Martin Patterson's men at Meadow Lane. Grimsby only scored 4 in the last 5. Charles Vernon, I think, has been one of the players of the season. Well, definitely in that Grimsby side. Anyway, I think he should not be in that team with the quality he has. He's also created the most big chances for Grimsby this season. 2-0 away win for Notts County earlier in the season on the 13th of December. Last Sunday play at Notts County was a 4-1 win for Notts County. This game also was famously had a 5-all draw in it on the 13th of January 2024. 6 wins for Notts County, 3 draws, 6 wins for Grimsby Town. I'm going to back Notts County to win this by 3-1 over Grimsby here. I think this could be quite a routine win for Notts County and continue their automatic push and to try and get in that top 3 by the end of the season. Final game then is Oldham versus Crawley. At Boundary Park. Oldham will be looking to win this. Back-to-back wins for them over Bristol Rovers and Gillingham respectively. Back-to-back draws for Crawley over Chesterfield and MK Dons in there. Not too bad from Scott Lindsay's side so far. 2-2 draw earlier in the season. Last time to play at Oldham was all the way back in 2022 and that was a 3-all draw in that one. 6 wins for Oldham, 5 draws, 4 wins for Crawley. 2-2 draw, as I said earlier in the season on that one. Yeah, 15th sit Oldham, 21st sit Crawley. This should be a decent routine win for Oldham in this one. Oldham scored 6 in the last 5. They have drawn their last 3 matches against each other in the head-to-head. Crawley have only scored 1 goal in their last 5. They haven't won in 5 either, which is a big problem for Crawley. I'm actually going to back a draw in this one. Maybe a bit of a surprise. I'm going to back a 1-1 draw between Oldham and Crawley here, and yeah, I don't see a lot separating them, and yeah, 1-1 draw between Oldham and Crawley in 1-1 between these two here. Thank you very much for watching my League 2 Game Week 35 predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and yeah, hit the notification bell as well when you are watching, and yeah, I'll speak to you all on the next one, which will be League 1 predictions later on today.